In today's show, Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki continues to promote Bitcoin as the economy worsens. Taking a look at his recent tweet, Mall of America in Minnesota announced it will miss second payment on its $1.4 billion mortgage. An intelligent question is, who is not getting paid? Dominos starting to fall. IMF says debt will rise from $6 trillion to $66 trillion by the end of 2020. Buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And last week, Kiyosaki tweeted, economy dying, Fed incompetent, next bailout, trillions in pensions, hope fading, bought more gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Gold at $1,700, predict $3,000 in 1 year. Silver at $17, predict $40 in 5 years, and Bitcoin at $9,800 predict $75,000 in 3 years. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst. We'll be breaking down the latest from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad author, here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, market analyst Teeka Tiwari says this little-known cryptocurrency will soar 700% in the next 2 years. This is actually one of his picks from 5 coins to 5 million. I'm going to be sharing with you what it is in today's episode. Also, in today's episode, 2 Bitcoin billionaires reveal they're now holding huge amounts of Ethereum. You heard me right. The Winklevoss Twins, widely regarded as the world's first Bitcoin billionaires, now say it isn't the only crypto asset in their portfolios. Here's what they went on to share on the record. We definitely own a lot of Ether. They are large and it's a material amount. Yeah, quite large. I think it's safe to say material by any person's standard, like anybody's wealth amount. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. As you can see, the king of all crypto is back in the red, down 4.5% for the day. All the major altcoins are also in the red. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link below this video in the description and watch this exclusive presentation with the one and only Teeka Tiwari. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. Rich Dad author Robert Kiyosaki back in the headlines talking about buy Bitcoin. Prior to the ongoing recession, there were skeptics saying that Bitcoin would perform poorly in when the stock market crashed at the end of 2018 due to the Federal Reserve announcing it put its balance sheet on autopilot. So did Bitcoin, tumbling from the 6,000s to 3,150. Hence, when the recession began earlier this year, some expected the worst. Yet, there has been a growing number of prominent names in finance and business saying that despite the poor economic conditions, Bitcoin is poised to outperform due to its set of properties as a form of money. We're talking about Bitcoin being the greatest form of sound hard money, namely Bitcoin's scarcity and decentralized nature. Robert Rich Dad Kiyosaki says, buy Bitcoin. Now, I'm a huge fan of Rich Dad. I listen to his podcast all the time. His book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, has absolutely influenced my life in a major way. I read that when I started my personal development journey after reading greats like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill or The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. So I just wanted to throw that out there. How many of you have read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and how many of your lives has it impacted? Let me know in the comments below. It's been hard to miss the recent tweets from Robert Rich Dad Kiyosaki, the Vietnam War veteran turned prominent businessman. The businessman who is best known for his book series, Rich Dad Poor Dad, has been calling out Wall Street, the government, our central banks, and other institutions every day for the past few weeks. So more power to Robert Kiyosaki. We need more influencers like this calling a spade and just saying for what it is, right? Fiat money and banks are doomed. Put your money into gold, silver, and Bitcoin. That's what he's been saying. That's what he's been preaching. He's been talking about gold and silver since as far back as I remember reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And now he's extremely bullish on Bitcoin, as he should be, as it's the greatest form of hard money. Kiyosaki did it once again on May 24th when he noted that the Mall of America is falling behind on its $1.4 billion mortgage, raising the question, who is not getting paid? Here's his tweet on crypto Twitter. Mall of America in Minnesota announced it will miss second payment on its $1.4 billion mortgage. Holy moly. Now that's a large mortgage if you ask me. How many people are still shopping at malls nowadays with this coronavirus? Most people are probably just ordering online, I would imagine, from DoorDash, ordering their food, to Amazon, getting deliveries directly to the house. Now, an intelligent question is, who is not getting paid? The Dominos starting to fall. IMF says debt will rise from 6 trillion to 66 trillion. That's 10x the debt. You know, that's not a good deficit. By the end of 2020, that's this year, right? Within the next, 6 months? So buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And I repeat, he says, buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Why do you think he might be saying that? Well, he just demonstrated why the economy is suffering. The dollar could potentially crash. And if you're not invested into hard money assets like Bitcoin, gold, and silver, you may be losing whatever wealth you're accumulating. Now, knowing that the Federal Reserve is printing trillions of dollars in quantitative easing, the last thing I would personally want to do is be saving fiat dollars. That's why I'm so heavily invested on a personal level into cryptocurrency. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. He also tweeted last week, again, he's been doing a Twitter storm for the crypto market here, and I'm loving it. Economy dying, Fed incompetent, next bailout, trillions in pensions, hope fading, bought more gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and then he goes on to make his predictions. Where gold is at 1,700, he predicts 3,000 in 1 year. What is that, about a 50% increase? Silver is at $17, predict $40 in 5 years, just over 100% increase. And then Bitcoin at 9,800, predict 75,000 in 3 years. Now, obviously, Bitcoin being the best potential ROI, pray for the best, prepare for the worst. Kiyosaki believes that the slowing economy, which will be punctuated by defaults on debts like the aforementioned, will result in growth in the prices of Bitcoin, gold, and silver, and I agree 100%. As reported by News BTC, he postulated last week that he expects Bitcoin to hit $75,000 in the coming 3 years, while he also expects the price of gold to almost double within a year and for the price of silver to double in 5 years. And I ask the question again, what's the greatest ROI potential here? And it's Bitcoin by far. Kiyosaki isn't the only prominent name in the business world that has recently recommended Bitcoin due to the ongoing macroeconomic environment. Billionaire hedge fund investor Paul Tudor Jones, for instance, this month decisively entered the Bitcoin space when he promoted the asset in a research note sent out to his clients titled The Great Monetary Inflation. In it, he wrote that due to the leading crypto scarcity and decentralized nature, buying Bitcoin is making much more sense than fiat currencies, which are rapidly being inflated away due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, I said that. Alex Kruger, a well-respected economist, believes that Jones' support for Bitcoin is one of the most important events for this space ever. Here's what he's quoted saying. The Paul Tudor Jones letter is the single most bullish thing ever written about Bitcoin, and it came from Tudor himself. I see it as a game changer. Think many macro investors will follow. Mandate changes and onboarding take time. Paul Tudor Jones will be on CNBC this week, in which he was, and he talked about allocating 1 to 2% of his overall investment portfolio into Bitcoin. Now, if that is not bullish, then I don't know what is. And now for our next story of the day, market analyst Tika Twari says this little-known cryptocurrency will soar 700% in the next 2 years. And before I reveal what this cryptocurrency asset is, let's first take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin currently down 4.4%, trading at $8,747. We closed below that $9,000 resistance yesterday, so this isn't the greatest sign for Bitcoin. We're more than likely going to continue moving downwards, potentially reaching the lower 8,000s or higher $7,000 range. Just my 2 Satoshis. Ethereum down 2.2%, trading at $202. XRP down 3%, trading at 19 cents. EOS down 2%, trading at $250. We have Link down 2.3%, trading at $3.85. Satoshi Vision down 3%, trading at $185. And Bitcoin Cash Cash down about 2%, trading at $228. All right, now let's talk about this little-known cryptocurrency with huge ROI potentials. Former hedge fund manager Tika Tiwari, shout out to Tika, he also lives out here in Puerto Rico, says he believes a small-cap crypto is poised to print major gains over the next 24 months. Tika Tiwari's 2020 Phenomenon Playbook lists Crypterium as a coin with potential for immense growth. The Wall Street veteran says it could skyrocket by 700% in the next 2 years based on the forecasted volume of payments that could go through the Crypterium network. Crypterium is a financial startup spearheaded by former Visa executive Stephen Parker. The company offers two primary products, the Crypterium wallet and the Crypterium card, which allows users to buy, exchange, store, and spend their crypto with the same ease as traditional currency. Crypterium powers payments in the Crypterium wallet and the Crypterium card. Each time a user makes a purchase, the network takes a fee equal to 0.5% of the transaction in CPRT. What's unique about the Crypterium is that the fees collected are then burned, which means that the number of Crypterium tokens will decrease over time, creating scarcity. While Tika Tiwari is bullish on the coin, the altcoin market is especially uncertain and risky, and I can't stress this enough. Even though altcoins have the greatest upside ROI, return on investment, they're also the most riskiest, and you can lose your bag. Just saying. Altcoins were hammered in the extended 2018 bear market, and countless predictions on the rise of various coins have proved to be false, with the vast majority remaining miles away from their all-time highs. This is a fact. So if you're going to invest into altcoins, especially, be prepared to take some risk and only risk what you can afford to lose at the end of the day. You feel me? Our next story of the day, 2 Bitcoin billionaires reveal they're now holding huge amounts of Ethereum. And before we break this down, let's take a look at some of the volume from the top exchanges in the world. Binance is up 92% for the day with 6.4 billion in volume. Huobi Global up 102% with 5.4 billion in volume. OKEX up 34% with 3 billion in volume. And BitMEX up a whopping 128% with 2.7 billion in volume. All right, now let's break this down with the Winklevoss Twins, who are widely regarded as the world's first Bitcoin billionaires. They now say Bitcoin isn't the only crypto asset in their portfolios. If you didn't know, they also own the Gemini crypto exchange. In a new interview with Camilla Russo of The Defiant, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, co-founders of the crypto exchange Gemini, say they're also large investors in Ethereum, the second most valuable crypto by market cap. Here's what they're quoted saying: "We definitely own a lot of Ether. They are large, and it's a material amount. Yeah, quite large. I think it's safe to say material by any person's standard, like anybody's wealth amount." The twins did not disclose the exact amount of their investment into Ethereum, but hinted it is of the same universe and in the same galaxy as their Bitcoin holdings. And we all do know they hold a tremendous amount of Bitcoin, being Bitcoin billionaires and being actually considered the first Bitcoin billionaires that we are aware of in the crypto ecosystem. Here's what they said: "It's sizable. A couple of years back, we made a concentrated effort to buy a lot of Ether. In 2013, the twins revealed they own a whopping 120,000 Bitcoin, which was equivalent to 1% of all Bitcoin in circulation at the time. With Bitcoin now hovering at about 9,000, the value of their Bitcoin trove is now over $1.1 billion. If the twins' stake in Ethereum is comparable to their Bitcoin investment, Tyler and Cameron could be holding about 4% of all Ethereum in circulation, which really makes you wonder, how much Bitcoin do they own now if they talked about owning 120,000 Bitcoin and admitting to it back in 2013, and how much Ethereum is in their bags? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now taking a look at the overall crypto market cap, we're sitting at 245 billion with 112 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance is 65.5%. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Theta Fuel up 20%, trading at 1.6 cents. Theta up 13%, trading at 36 cents. Zilliqua up 7%, trading at 1 cent. Blockstack up 5%, trading at 13 cents. Sia Coin up 3%, trading at 0.002. And IOST up 2.5%, trading at 0.004. And now for the biggest losers, Numer Air down 11%, trading at $23. Wax down 10%, trading at 4 cents. DX Chain token down about 10%, trading at 0.001. Hive down 9%, trading at 26 cents. Nervos Network down 8%, trading at 0.004. And Unibright down 7%, trading at 50 cents. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are obviously back in control, leading with about 25 million in superiority in the past 24 hours, with shorts leading 52.42% versus 47.7% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 41 in fear. Yesterday was a 43, last week a 50 in neutral, and last month a 24 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 420 plus videos right here on my channel. I have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every day, but you can also download the latest episode of the show in MP3 format so you can listen to it on your way to work, in the car, while you're working out, or just doing your thing. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. My direct link to subscribe is cryptonewsalerts.net. I greatly appreciate all your support. You can also follow us on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please help support the show. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes, and I also have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 strong from all over the world. To become a part of this, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a Telegram chat, which is also very active. To become a part of this, click this link from a mobile device. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend himself, Teeka Tiwari, who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years. But it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link below this video in the description and check out this exclusive presentation with the one and only Teeka Tiwari. And I look forward to catching you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.